Good day, I'm Adewumi, and I'll be talking about rethinking bullying in our workplaces. So when we talk about bullying now, what comes to your mind? This session will help in clarifying the issues concerning bullying, what is bullying, consequences of bullying, and if you've ever been bullied, what do you do about it? In a recent study by Adewumi and Danesi, looking at 650 employees randomly selected across various organizations in Nigeria, we looked at the experiences of different people, and to a large extent, we discovered that majority of the respondents reported that workplace bullying has affected them negatively. Also, in the same study, 1 in 30 workers are serial bullies. 84% of workers at some time in their life encounter intimidating behavior. Also, 65% of workforce don't speak up out of fear. And 40% say they have encountered abusive language. Basically, the study looked at workers across the financial service, the public sector, and some other parastatals. And to a large extent, the study reported that 66% of the bullies are managers and supervisors.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kemi. That was very, very informative. I never knew that giving too much work is bullying. I mean, I can't imagine that, but this is some of the things that you have said, which most of us don't know about bullying. But now, how do I address it? If I'm giving too much work to do by my employer, do I complain that it's too much, or how is the best way to go about it, since this is bullying and most of us don't know about that?
Right. Giving too much work above your level of competence, that is when it becomes bullying. And that is where the HR plays a very important role. For you, before you employ before you employ somebody, you must have a job description, job analysis. You know what the job entails. You know the efforts you need to put towards the job. So, for a manager, having an idea of a job that is supposed to take 4 hours and decide to give you a target of 30 minutes, even if you can do it, it is overload. And that is when employees can now complain that, look, this work is too much, it's a lot of work to do within this short time span. And if such behaviors continues, which can affect the ability of the employee to perform. I mean, if a work is supposed to take 4 hours and you're giving me 30 minutes to do it, 2 things will happen. Is either I can't do it or I'll fail in doing it. So if such behavior continues and then it starts affecting me negatively, it can be perceived as bullying. And in most cases, there are different levels of report. So if your supervisor is the one doing something like that, you can report to the person's supervisor. If you're bold enough, or if you have the self-confidence, you can address it personally with the person. And that is where we talk about the ability of a victim or somebody bullied to defend themselves. So sometimes if you feel that your subordinate or your superior is giving you too much work to do, or even too little. So when we talk about workload now, it can either be giving you too much work to do above your level of competence, and also giving you too little work to do below your level of competence. For instance, if you're an employee that is so self-driven, so active, and then your supervisor or your manager decides to give you jobs that you feel they are demeaning, that, I mean, I'm above something like this, it can start affecting you psychologically. And if such behaviors start affecting you negatively and is having negative consequences on your health, on your psychological framework, then it's bullying.
So I must be able to speak up.
The ability to defend yourself is very important.
So that means assertiveness is one of the skills that we all must have to be able to curb bullying in our workplaces.
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, you mentioned something too during your presentation, and what you tried to say is, okay, I should walk up to the person or report to HR. Now, my question is, in the instance where the bully is the final authority in the organization, maybe like the MD or the most senior person, I mean, this person has the HR in his control, where else do I go? What can I do to address such situation? Thank you very much, Dr. Kemi. It's been a privilege having you here to speak to us on bullying. And I want to believe that the participants at this conference have been able to learn one or two things. And I hope that we can begin to address the issue of bullying at workplaces such that all the effects that Dr. Kemi spoke about, we can now begin to overcome them by being assertive, by speaking out, and by seeking redress where we think that there is no solution internally.